another film that came out, and this time we're going to be going to a different country. We're going to be going to Germany, where we're going to be talking about Mads Mikkelsen in Another Round.
Not Germany.
It's Danish, sorry, Danish,
Denmark.
Denmark. Um, you know, Mads Mikkelsen, we've talked about quite a bit recently as he's replacing Johnny Depp as Grindelwald and
Right.
Fantastic Beasts, and we just felt like that was a great choice. And I think if anyone wasn't really, bought into Mads Mikkelsen, there's a lot of stuff you can watch and be bought into him. But you wanted to watch something new to see if you can buy into him. I think this is a great opportunity because uh, there's some really great moments in Another Round, but really what I'm just left sitting with is Mads Mikkelsen is just a great actor, just a really really emotionally
Mhm.
uh, well performed role in Another Round, and his character Martin uh, really runs the gambit of experience in this movie, and I think
Mhm.
Mickelson plays it so convincingly throughout. Just was really impressed. What were you left with after watching Another Round?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's definitely one of his most compelling lead performances in a long time, at least since he's become more famous from the Hollywood side of things. I mean, he had made a movie with Thomas Vinterberg before, back in 2012, The Hunt, his fellow Dane, and he probably made his name early on for working with Nick Wending Refn, even earlier, right? But like I, after Casino Royale, I think it still took a few years and like Hannibal's success for Mads to become like a well-known Hollywood actor. And a lot of times that's like supporting roles, right? Like sometimes he just get the bag for Rogue One or Doctor Strange, right? Or do some stuff. But apart from Hannibal, he hasn't been in lead a lot, at least in notable stuff. And this was cool to me because, as you said, it definitely highlights his strengths. He just has a really unique way he communicates emotion on his face. You think of like the famous reaction gifs of him, stuff like that. Like we've known that, but um, in Another Round, just watching the him and his buddies go through what they do, um, having Mads like sell that as like his character has his ups and downs is it's kind of obvious why he's so well liked because he is really talented and like he's also well liked because he's funny in press, and I feel like that connects really well to the final scene where he's dancing and just being triumphant and jubilant and stuff. So yeah, I mean it's really like the best stuff is definitely the Mads, everything about Mads, but considering he's in most of the movie, that is most of the movie. So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the only other real character who gets a lot of screen time in the movie is Thomas Bo Larson, played by Thomas Bo Larson, and I think he's still really solid in this. But if you are walking away and not just like impressed with Mickelson, I'm not sure what movie you're really watching. And it really starts off with him as this very like dysthymic history teacher in Denmark, and
Mhm.
kind of confronted by a lot of things in his life where he's like, I just don't feel the same as I used to. I don't feel passionate about things, feel very listful in life. Even his job, he's just like totally like checked out. And his friends kind of call him out at a dinner and they suggest this um, this theory by psychiatrist Skarderud, Finn Skarderud, where you should have a blood alcohol content of 0.05 at all times in order to be more creative and relaxed. And Mickelson decides to try it, and him and his friends do. It's a pretty good concept for a film because it's
Yeah.
kind of like goofy and fun, but there's already like a built-in like tension, obviously, where they're drunk at work all the time and trying to like keep that under wraps and not get caught. Um, I think it I think I was left a little bit confused at the end as to what the movie was really trying to say about like drinking and like the use of it in society. Um, but I think the movie makes a lot of sense in a lot of ways. Like it really. I think of like the message I was left with it is you know finding ways to relax and let your guard down and connect with things you care about is really important in life, even if it may cause you to like be impact like other parts of your life to be impacted. You should always be like seeking ways to
Hmm.
feel alive. Now, I don't know if I totally connect with that message, and I think that's maybe a bit too simple as to what they were really trying to get across. But especially when my expectation in the last scene was Mikkelsen was going to contact his wife and maybe go see her and
Yeah.
like work things out, and it really ends with him partying with teenagers, like, and it's kind of like leaves you trying to. At least it left me thinking a lot about what the movie is trying to communicate. What did you take away as like the message of the movie?
Well, yeah, at the end, I mean, he's processing grief of losing his friend while also sensing like a new beginning, be able to restart with his estranged wife, right? And in general, I think the way the movie goes, uh, it's a fun premise, and there's a lot of fun vibes, right? Like, I mean, it starts off with these kids literally doing a case race, like
Hmm.
hell yeah. And then like there's a heavy binge drinking scene, like a few times the dudes get wasted, right? And like
Hmm.
that's all fun, but when you see in like the negative side of things and culminating in like the loss of Tommy, um,
Hmm.
I think it actually kind of defied a lot of convention in terms of like predictability for the plot. Like, yeah, we knew it wasn't going to end well. This idea of theirs to stay at point 0.5 BAC at all times, like no shit. But like taking it, I think they took it. Wittenberg takes it and kind of uh, like different corners, right? And again, I think Mads kind of helps selling that by communicating like the struggle that his character was already bringing to the table before he started this project. Um, and yeah, I mean, I think like the ending, like I think I'm like you. I'm not like totally positive of like what you're supposed to take away, but like it's just a really triumphant ending, and
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
No, me too. And I think there's a bunch of scenes that I really enjoyed in the movie. I thought the dinner scene where they kind of call him out and he starts to like open up to his friends about what he's going through, I thought was really well shot and
Yeah.
effective. I really liked a lot of the classroom scenes, especially
Yes.
as he like started like opening up, which is
Hmm.
electric. And all of the like the way that the classroom scenes were kind of paralleled by the like staff meetings or like the teachers like coming together to like be talked to by the principal at times, and like the feeling of like dread and like tension in those rooms was just really well done, I thought. Also really like sweet in some ways, like Tommy with specs, I thought was like a really like
Yeah.
nice thing to watch. And
Calling him Specs too, I thought was
yeah,
so funny.
like the scene where specs finally scores in like the soccer game, I thought was really cool. So some definite like highlights for me. um I don't know. I guess like I would just say check this out. I'm sure we'll be seeing this as a Best Picture nomination at the Oscars, I have to imagine.
Well,
Um,
I wouldn't say that. Not Best
you
Picture.
don't think so? Or Best Foreign Film? I'm sorry.
But yeah, best international film. We already know it's Denmark's entry. We'll find out in time if that does get nominated, but I'm sure it'll make the larger shortlist.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's definitely one of the more hyped up international films so far. So that's awesome. And probably the Mads profile of it all helps in that regard. So yeah, we'll probably be hearing about another round again soon.
We'll talk about it if it gets that nomination.